Well, I thought I would do a little update tour, even though not much has happened, like I've said before. Been a very slow time of year, but I mean, I like to kind of, keep a presence going and show people my plants. Maybe some people haven't seen my channel before, so it's still could be new to some, even though it's not new to me. So I'll go ahead and talk about a few cool things that have happened. I still have the lights up, and still have the heater in here. But within the next few weeks, it will get to the point where we probably can start taking some of this stuff out. Usually, like mid to late February is when the light starts hitting this place enough to really heat it and kind of give a good enough photo period for the plants. So this is pretty cool. It just happened. This is Ventricosa at Burei. Latest picture, looking like the previous ones, but a little bit bigger. But this is definitely like an extra plant. Like that coloration is intense. It stands out, and it just like literally everywhere it could have color, it has color. So it's got speckles, it's got a red, gold, red stripes and gold peristome, speckled interior with purplish blotches, lid paint. I mean, it's got it all. So really interesting to see how big these get with, the fact it's a hybrid with Burei. See, it could get pretty monstrous. I'd imagine the upper pitchers especially, given how big Burei upper pitchers are. And it's not especially fast for a Ventricosa hybrid in my opinion, but it's not bad either. I mean, it's not as slow as Burei at all. But I'd say it's a little slower than like Ventricosa Aristolo or something like that. Yeah, I got this from Cross Exotics. I'd say I think it was August, and I just couldn't resist this. I mean, I saw instantly in the pictures the level of detail this one had, and just the color, just truly special. So it's gonna need a repot at some point, but yeah, really excited to see how this one does this year. Really want to see it mature more than anything. So that leaf jump on Veitchii Loei Edward Sienna I talked about, I think a month or two ago. It's starting to put out a new leaf now, but it is a 14-inch plant now, legitimately, and I just was not expecting that. I figured it'd go a little slower than this, but I am not complaining. Very, very pleased with the progress of this one. Not all seedlings work out, especially when you buy them at a tiny size like that, so the fact that this one was so successful, I mean, I really had some high hopes and high dreams for this particular cross when I bought it, so I'm so happy with this and the progress of this one. Here's Veitchii Loei. It's an enormous leaf jump. Not really sure why. This one was so gradual. I think I talked about it in my leaf jumps video, but still really impressed, and it has a new picture coming. And then Trusmatiensis, or Macrophylla Cross Loei, actually has a winter picture coming. Not really sure why. This one almost never pictures in the winter. Usually it requires summer photo periods and temperatures to picture, but I'm not complaining at all. And nice big new leaf here. Looking really healthy and happy. It always really has. There's only been one time where it's ever gotten pissed at me, and it wasn't even really my fault. It was just a heat wave that came through, and it just didn't grow for like 6 months. Here's Loei. Has about I don't know, 11-inch leaf span, 10-inch. Definitely a nice looking healthy new leaf on this one with some good size. Latest picture still looks good. Yeah, got this one from Jake at a Baycaps meeting. I don't know if he watches his videos, but if he does, thank you. I appreciate that Loei. This has been a really good one to grow after I had some initial struggles with it. And there's some dead pitchers. It holds on to these pitchers for a long time, and it kind of like dries at the top of the pitcher, and then the bottom third will be okay for a long time. So it's able to suck a lot of nutrients over a long period of time. And I just repotted this Hematorup Cantley, but I don't know. It's going to need a repot pretty soon. And just really responded to that, and it's just getting bigger. It's a lot bigger than it was when it won the Baycap show. I don't think I'm gonna bring this one in again. I think I'm gonna try to see if I can bring in another plant this time. I think it's had enough rains. It's had enough metals. So I want to see if I can grow something else that also wins. Here's a Raja Loei Veitchii, nice Mastuba hybrid. No new pictures on it. It kind of decided not to picture this winter. Like this tendril just stopped inflating. And that one doesn't seem to have done anything, but I think it should start pitching again soon. I remember last year it did this too. It just really needs spring and summer. Nepenthes inermis actually has 3 pitchers on it right now, which is very rare for this. And I just think it's probably, it's a little bit more humid in the winter, so it holds on the pitchers more easily. And it's right under the light too, so Jam Bam looking good. The Truncata Highland Reddish Leaves is going to have a pitcher back there. This thing is ridiculously slow, but putting on some size, and it pitches often enough where I'm pleased with it, and I enjoy growing it. Veitchii with a new leaf. For some reason, this wing dried up. Not really sure why. Never seen a pitcher do that on a Nepenthes, but here's the latest leaf. So we'll have a pitcher right down around here. Be a first thing you see when you walk into this greenhouse, so that'll be kind of cool. And Naga's just taken off out of nowhere. I think I showed this in my leaf jumps video. This picture really sucks on Rob, I'm not gonna lie. Like, bad color, lid did this weird dried up thing. I'm not really sure why. Yeah, this thing is like, the pictures are either super nice, like just crazy levels of nice, or they're just kind of whatever. So, now I know. You can't stress this thing out. The glandular furfipiata, it caught like some sort of vertebrate. Yeah, that is not just mealworms in there. There's a bunch of skin flakes. I don't know what it would have caught, because it doesn't look like a mammal, but it ate something, maybe an amphibian, but I wouldn't think it'd be attracted to the nectar. So I don't know. I'll have to, when I cut off that picture, maybe I'll be able to find out, unless it digested everything. And Epiphytica mollis right here, and then Edwardsiana, Hemata's coming along a little bit. I don't even want to talk about Healy's today. I'm so annoyed with Helium 4 right now. Spatulata Jacquelinie. Yeah. Just is what it is. This might be one, if I can get, 5 pictures on it at a time. I might take this one into the show next year. It's got some ones about to inflate. And just a favorite. I didn't realize how nice this was going to be when I first got it. I was kind of like, oh, pretty cool. But if I had known, I would have been very, very excited about obtaining this one. And here is Singulana. It's a nice looking basil pitcher. Good development. And the Spatulata Diabolica also has really good basil growth on it now. It didn't take very long, only 2 years of growing. And then it flowered and just getting huge. And I'm going to have to repot this. The media is bad now. So I have to upgrade the media and give it some more space for the roots. As I'd imagine, the root system's getting pretty big by now. But nice squat, velvety pitchers. Really enjoyable hybrid. I'm interested to see what the uppers look like. I think I saw a picture of them once, and they're quite interesting. So I'm excited to have those. And here's a Truncata predatory plants, the Titanic Tyrant. Gonna pitcher soon here and put out a new leaf. So starting to see some action out of that one, which is pretty cool. There's my Ventricosa Lowii from Brian, who is probably watching this video. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it, since I did not have this hybrid in my collection yet. I mean, I guess I could have bought one at some point, but getting one as a gift is pretty cool. Has more meaning to it. And I need to probably change out that algae media. It just doesn't get a lot of airflow under here. So I just kind of have to watch for things under here a little bit. There's Peltata with the basil. Gonna let that thing grow in, I think. Bellii, Aristocuides, Mataplatychila, and Perbigia veitchii. Lots of basil growth. This one needs a repot desperately. It's been in that, I think it's been in this pot or in this media for probably 4 or 5 years. Don't think I've ever changed the media on this one, other than maybe one time at the beginning of growing it. But When it does picture, it doesn't put out pictures often, but when it does, they are quite spectacular, especially for the first few months where they just glow like a luminous yellow. Let's see, anything else in here? Jacquelinia is still holding on to this picture. It's got, I think this is a stress basil right here on this side. It's not growing very well, but this basil's really taken off. So I think this basil is more just from being more mature and a bit happier now. This one really seems to need humidity. So, Peltata Jacquelinia, you know, off to a little bit of a slow start, but I expect that from a winter acquired plant. Sometimes it takes a little bit. Maxima clipiata, Burbigia beachia mollis, getting kind of hidden from the light just because of these hanging plants, and so it really hasn't pictured recently, but probably will soon. A little curl tendril here looks promising. And there's a Maxima clipiata, Raja Jacquelinia. Just loves the tease, loves the put out a nice long tendril, little pitcher bud, and just dry it up. Not really sure why, but I've heard this one's a pain in the ass to grow, so I don't really have expectations for it. Other than that, the vegetative growth looks good, and I just hope it keeps putting on sides and eventually maybe pitchers. Here's my Peltata 3464. My other one is the 4025. So, and then Raj Burbigia, really putting on a ton of vegetative growth and just not pitchering. Raja hybrids just really need the photo period, I guess, and they really need the temperatures. Even though it's supposed to be an ultra highland species, from what I understand, so I don't really know why it's so sensitive to temperature and temperature drops. So, and here's a Specialata Urstocuides cresseloii. Basil's bigger and has more diameter than the vine, which is cool. But so here's an upper. Oh shit! It needs water. I didn't realize that. Here's a lower, and hopefully maybe that one flowers soon. Not that I really have any breeding success, but I like to say I flowered a plant, I guess. Here's a bromeliads. It's a gigantea and a dark vader. So that's all I really feel like talking about. Brocobashiana beechii has a new picture that's not spectacular at all. It really doesn't get enough light under there, but so yeah, that's just to touch up on a few things and just kind of maintain presence on here. Nepenthes early February update. I'm sure in the next couple months some better things will happen, and I'll have way more to update with you guys. So that'll be it.